I've only got rubber in, so they're fresh out the stable, full of beans. It's late in the day, so what I've tried to do, I've done them first thing yesterday in the morning. First thing, you know, 8 o'clock run, as soon as it's light really. And then I've left them, so they've been 12 hours in, and then right round now, so they've been about, steady babe, 18, 20 hours, at 4 o'clock now. So, steady babies. So 24, I'll work it out in a minute. They've been in there a fair old while anyway. So when they come out now, when I take them walk, just walk. And if you look, they've only got rubber bits in their mouths, which should film now. Can you see? Look, just our rubber bits. And I'm driving them on 2 fingers. Just walk. Just walk. Good girls. You see here, if you film my hands here, come up the rein off their mouths. Come up there, as you can see. I'm just driving them. Come over. Come over. Just holding them on 2 fingers. We've got to stop them jig-jogging along. They're jig-jogging now, which means they don't want to walk. Well, they'll walk, but it'll take time. I can make them walk by pulling on their mouths, like steady, just walk. Just walk. I want them to do it. If you see now, they're just walking, look. But their heads ain't straight, they're all over the place. They want to just try and get forward. That's why they turn their heads, so they can get forward. So I can stop them, you know, I can stop them. I can get them up, I can trot them, I can do what I like, but they're not just walking relaxed yet. What I want to see is their ears laid out to the side or forward, slightly forward, not back as they are now listening to me. Well, obviously I want them to listen to me, but I want them to be forward a bit. Just nodding nicely on their heads, and they're too wound up for that yet, but that will come, but that's a marked improvement on what we've had before. And when I want to stop them, I just tell them, whoa, whoa, let the reins go, whoa, stand still, let the reins go slack on their back, and they mustn't move. Can you see that? Slack on their back. I'm not holding them on the reins, they're looking at horses up there playing and going around in the paddock up there. So, you know, it's natural for them to want to go up there and see what's happening. But they're standing like that, and they've only just come out fresh, but they've got a long way to go yet to do your job. When you come down, you know, on Saturday or whenever you're coming, you'll be able to judge for yourself whether you can handle them, because if not, you just will cut your losses now. Walk on, walk, and go away at the walk. The reason I've put them on opposite sides is they've got to go like that if you want them to. So, you know, just walk, good babies. It'll take a time yet, but we've got them in rubber and we've got them going out the yard. I mean, we ain't a quarter of a mile from home, you know, and we're just going to go down to the school and back. You know, people say give them loads of miles. Well, that's just nonsense, total nonsense. What you want to do is have them full of grub, yeah, and go a little short way, but go in a disciplined fashion. So we're going now no more than about, I'm guessing, but I think it'll be 3/4 of a mile. That's all I'm going to do, and then 3/4 of a mile back. But they will walk as near as I can get them to walk. They won't pull on my hands. If you look at the reins, look, steady, steady, come over, come over, come over, come over, come over. They're still a bit soppy, but they're getting there. So here we are coming up to about half a mile from home. If you look where we are, you can measure it yourself in the car. See this here, there's a field there and a field there, nothing to do with us. There's the river over there, there's that, and there's these houses we're coming up to. So I should say it's half a mile. Steady, baby, steady. Come over, baby, come over. Come over. This horse being on the wrong side, obviously he's laying on the pole. Or she's laying on the pole, that ain't nothing, you can soon sort that out. Those jobs are easy to do. It's getting them to walk nice and sensible, or be controllable with, as I say, just with 2 fingers. If you look here, you see dog's got 2 fingers on the reins. If I just say to him, whoa, whoa, and there they are, just with 2 fingers. And a piece of rubber, none of your load of iron in there trying to pull their heads off. Walk up, walk up. But you know, when you say to them, oh well, you've done them, Baz, they're there, ain't they? They're cool, you've mended them, they're fine. There's a hell of a lot of work to go yet, because what we've got to do is put them under every different circumstance. So they've got to go round Tesco's roundabout like this. They've got to stand in the town for an hour, right in the busy part of town, just like it would be outside a church. They've got to wait at junctions. In other words, instead of being sat behind and someone holding the reins, they've got to be driven, as they should have been in the first place. So driving them don't mean beating them up the road. Driving them is having the skill to make them do what they're doing now without hitting them or hurting them. If I'd have smacked these horses or hurt them, they wouldn't be standing. As soon as they heard my voice, they'd be up the bleeding road. But they've got to now watch their ears look and learn. See their ears look flopping forward a bit? Yeah. Once they've gone past this thing, you'll see them like flopping forward a little bit as they're relaxing a little bit more. They're still laid over here where they shouldn't be, but they're relaxed a bit more. See them now. Going along now, getting better, going straighter as we go, getting a bit of speed up. And all I want to say to him now is, if you watch, you know, the reins, and I'll say to him, steady, no brake, see me feet look, steady, steady, just walk, and they're coming back to a walk. They are dodging traffic, you know. I don't know how long they've been away from traffic, but they are dangerous. Certain circumstances, the right sort of traffic, they'll be all over the road, you know, dangerously so. So we've got to sort that out yet. But main and most important is to get them sorted, in as much that they're listening to us and not doing what they think they're going to do when they're going to do it, you know. All right, boys. Who are you, Man United? Steady, steady. Come over, come over. Well,
are you turning round?
No, I want it to put in front here. Well, you put your motor in front. Put your motor in front and back it up on it, you know, that's good, yeah. So they're static. They're standing here now on a slack rein, quietly. Now we're at the school now, so you can measure that in your own motor car to see how far it is. I think it's less than a mile. I'm not sure, but I think it's less than a mile, or just about a mile. So what Mel's going to do now, she's going to pull in front like that and reverse on these horses. I've got no control over them at all, so she'll come back. Look, Mel, can you get your arse over there a bit more so that if you hit anything, they hit the tyre with a pole. So what we're doing here is, this is the sort of thing that happens, you know, you're at a wedding, someone pulls right in front of you. And here we go, look, push it back. You see there, look, push them back, Mel. I've got no reins, look on them, can you see? You see, look, no reins. And she's pushing them. Push them back, Mel. Push them. That's it. Whoa. And stand, whoa, babies. They've got to stand now when she goes away. Do you see what I mean? They've got a habit of following the traffic. And you'll be standing right, they'll be at a junction, jumping about and leaping about and behaving stupid. And then what they do, as soon as they see the car's gone, they'll walk off. Well, that's the most dangerous thing that could possibly happen. You only got to have someone on a bike, a woman pushing a kiddie in a pram, pedestrians, anything like that. They go straight over them. They're bloody dangerous. You know, should never have been bought, really, but there you go. You know, they ain't had the test they need to have. So, your window down, Mel. Whoa. Put your window down. Right, cut right under his head now, Mel, as tight as you can. Go on, that's it. You see this, look, coming under his head now, her head now. Can you see? And the horse just standing. Well, a few days ago, that would have been dangerous to do. Very, very dangerous to do. Yeah.
She's on summit.
I think we'll have to go back now for this light, Mel. But that's a good enough lesson. So now what I'm going to ask them to do, the next thing they don't do very well, not to my standard, let's just say, I don't want to knock holes in anybody who ever broke them, but if you're tight in a church, you want to be able to turn around tight. So come round, babies. Come round.
Do you want me to film this?
Yeah, come round. Come round. Come round. Come round. On my side of the road, can you see? As much as you can, turning tight. Yeah? Just walk. Just walk. Come over. We've got to go up the inside of my own car now. I'll show you how they don't like doing, because I think what's this, you know. Come over, keep it nice and tight to it. Give us a blast.
That's the end of the game.
So this is the first time, or maybe the second time, I'm not sure, that we've had them on the opposite side. But I've done most of their work going the other way. When you're ready, give them a blast. Come up alongside them. There, now again. You see me running as tight as I can to this motor car. You see there, look, I'm only inches off it. Takes a bit of skill to do it, but I mean, these are the sort of situations you get, especially when you're doing something in town. Yeah. So, okay, Mel, thank you very much. So, what I'm saying is that you get someone, like you say to me, well, what you're talking about, well, you'll get someone who knows the bride come past you tooting their bleed neuter, you know. So you get all that sort of nonsense. Well, they've got to cope with it. Well, that's the first time they haven't retaliated. By that I mean jump sideways, but we've done a lot of it, you know what I mean, on these short jobs when they're just going a few hundred yards to learn a big lesson in that space of time, you know. So people go, oh, what they want is miles. That is true. The only thing that ever made horses miles. But when you get horses like this that are not disciplined, sometimes a short lesson but intense is all they need, you know, that day. And then what they want to do is go home now, and these will stand outside with a rug over them for half an hour and let them just digest what they've done. I find that works really well. Instead of taking them home, taking them straight out, just put a rug over them, keep the chill off them, because it's getting cold now. But just let them stand there and absorb it, take it in. The lass who's sitting by the side of me doing the filming is a girl called Kathy. You see her a lot on my films. She had a pair of horses broke and she's come over ever since. And she drives all sorts of different horses now. She can drive a team, she can drive, you know, anything you want to put in front of her, she'll drive it. As she says herself, she ain't no expert, but she's bloody safe. And she'll be driving these. So just so you know that it's not just big, you know, Barry Hook who can drive them. I'm going to take the camera, pass the reins over. You all right with them gloves? Yeah. So there they go there, look. And there's my Kathy on the reins, just driving them. Now, these horses know where they are now. Do you understand what I mean? What I'm saying is they've learned that this is the way home. I mean, you go that way a mile and you can turn lots of different ways, you know, lots of options. You go over the motorway bridge and again you've got options of where you can go. But the piece that runs past my house, the road, is about a mile either way before you've got an option. So obviously they've got to come back on this road regardless whether you turn left or right when you went out. So this horse, as I say, this horse is on the curb side, right, or the near side, wants to be on the other side because it don't run along here. It's used to being on the outside. So what I'm doing now is just showing you get up. Get over. Steady. Now don't forget they're going home. They know they're going home. Steady. But bear in mind this is early days and they've only got a bit of rubber in. You know, they're not got a big lump of iron in their mouth, pulling their bloody jaws off with a curb chain and all that. I mean, you might have to put that in. But the softer I can get their mouths whilst they're with me, then the more effective a light use of a metal bit will be. As it is now, they pull your arms off in a metal bit, well, they're answering a rubber bit. And you know, so obviously if they'll answer the rubber bit, and as long as you're a decent driver, and you've got the ability, you'll be able to drive them in a Liverpool bit or whatever you'd use. You know, come over baby, come over darling, come over. Steady. They're starting to square themselves up a bit now. Going straighter, coming off the pole. But for the first time on that side, or it might be the second time that they've been on that side. But you know, this is like they weren't in training then, it was just to see how they go. Well, you can see now. So if I let them canter now, and let them get up this hill first, I'll just show you that I can stop them. Is obviously the main thing. You won't canter them. Go on in. Hey, go on. And they're cantering now on top of this hill. Go on. If I pull them up. Oh, steady, just walk, and they come back to a walk. And I'm not pulling their heads off. You can see the reins flopping about, and they've only got a bit of rubber in their mouths. I don't want to labour the point, but people think you've got to have a great big lump of iron in there to control them. Well, these horses, so the owner tells me, would pull your arms out your sockets with a piece of metal. So you can't put any more iron in, so let's go the other way, put the rubber in and retrain them to that. Now bearing in mind I've just let them canter. Yeah, bear in mind they know where they are now. They've been here coming up 10 days, so they know that they're going home, and yet they're still controllable on rubber. But it's how you drive them and the skill you've got as a driver. I'm not saying I'm the best driver in the world by any means, but all I know is you can keep putting iron in their mouths till you can't put no more in. You know, because you'd end up breaking a jaw. So if I go now, hup, trot on boys, trot on. Go on my baby, trot up. See you break this. Oh, lorry coming here, come over baby, come over. Get up there, go on, get up, go on, get on boys. Thank you. Up there, boys. And that's the sort of thing you go and meet like that, like the bacon rasher there. We was just 3 inches off that lorry then, down on his flank here. We've got the horses like, you know, he wants to push him out into the lorry where he's laying on the pole, see? But you've got to have the skill to be able to drive them. And we've just done that in rubber bits. So I'm no genius or anything like that, but you've got to listen. You know, old quiet things, get up behind something that's not so quiet, and it sorts out who can do it and who can't. No, I'm not saying, look at me how clever I am. I'm trying to help you, trying to make you understand. You ain't got 2 mugs here that just plod along. These will take the piss every chance they get. Come over. Come over. Oh, I'll bring them up to my gate and open that, and they'll stand there till I tell them to go. And it takes a lot of patience and a lot of time, you know, and like when you get them home, that's what they've got to do. Got to stand there. Now they think, oh, for Christ's sake, let me go in and have my tea. What the bloody hell do I want to do that for? I want to go in and have my tea. I ain't going to stand here like this, but that's where they've got to stand, because that's what I want them to do. I'm the driver, they do what I tell them. All this nonsense talked about a partnership. Well, you can't have a partnership with horse and say, well, do you want a canter now, or do you want to, where do you want to go home or go out? There's got to be somebody in charge. That doesn't give you the right to abuse them or hurt them. That's why we use rubber bits. But they're standing there, aren't they? They're doing it. I want to see if they'll just take a step backwards, which they'll hate. Absolutely bloody hate. They can't back up anyway. They're bad at backing. Real bad. But we've been working on it. So we'll put them in this situation. The only place they want to go is forward. You can see them shaking their heads a bit there. Come on. That's temper, you know. Frustration, yeah? Come back. Come back. Whoa. Come back. Come back. Come back. Come back. Come on, come back. Come back. I'll take that bit. Come over.
Do you want me
Come over. Oh, come over. Get over. Come on, get up. Whoa. Whoa. Hey, good girls. Come back. Come back, baby. Come back. Come back. Come back. Come back. Whoa. Not too bad. We've had a bit of a fight, but we got 2 steps. If I get 2 steps, I'll get 4 tomorrow maybe. If I don't get any steps today, I'll try again tomorrow, but I won't get down there like someone said to me. What you want to do is get a piece of wood and hit them on the forehead, down their face with it. Well, we're supposed to be the species with all the brains. Well, if that's as much brains as you can come up with, it's crazy. So what you got to do is kid them to come back. Yeah, so if I just come over, babies, come over. Whoa. So come back now. Come back. Come back. Come back. Come back. That's it. 1 step. Come back. Steady, baby. Steady, baby. Mel?
Yeah.
Just let them hooks off their edge. Can you do it easy there or not? Don't matter which end you let them off. Whatever's easy for you. If you look there, what Mel's just picked up and just undone for us is 2 little straps. And little straps are on their noseband and come down the front of them and acts like just a check for them without putting their, is what they were doing was sticking their edge right up in the air, so that when you pulled on the bit, you was on their back teeth. You know, which is obviously bleeding crazy, you know what I mean? So we're just getting, you know, just to keep their heads in place really. But that's what they're for. Come back, darlings. Come back, come back. Come back, babies. Come back. Come back. Come back. Come back. That's it. Whoa. And we've got 1 step and half a step out of his mate. Or her mate. That's the best we can ask for under the circumstances. But we'll kid them to come back, hopefully. Come back, babies. Come back. 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 You see where they put their heads up in the air there? That's to stop you having control over them. They've learnt that much. Probably a fierce old bit in their mouth has hurt them, so they don't want it. You know? There's your baby. Come back. 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 Yes, come back. Come back. Come back. Come back. Come back. Try and get this 1 step if we can. Come back. There we go. That's it. Now that ain't a lot, but it's another 2 steps. So we've had 6 steps. We've had 6 forward as well, but we've had 6 steps back, which is all we're looking for. Now they're cross. They're fed up. They're frustrated. Because one, they're out this time of night, which got to be coming up 5 o'clock. But we've got on top of them and they're doing the job. We don't need no more than that. That'll do. You know, that's lovely. All right then, Mel? You happy?